Of emails on the Champlain Towers that came in between 2018 and 2019 about the building's structural integrity. Extreme heat still blistering the Pacific Northwest. ABC's Rob Marciano's in Portland, Oregon.
Official temperatures are measured in the shade, but here on the street, this is measuring at 157 degrees. It feels like a furnace. Volunteer groups are now loading up water to anybody that might need it. The county has 80,000 bottles ready to be delivered. More than 200 people now sheltering in the Oregon Convention Center, serving as an emergency cooling center.
U.S. airstrikes along the Iraq-Syria border overnight at facilities the Pentagon says were used by the Iranian National Guard. More details are coming out about this weekend's deadly hot air balloon crash in Albuquerque.
The balloon's gondola hitting a power line, catching fire and crashing to the ground. Witnesses rushed to help as the basket burst into flames. 4 people were pronounced dead at the scene. Another died at the hospital. All had strong ties to the local school system.
ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi. In Italy, COVID numbers are falling and people are going maskless on the streets. In Australia, Delta variant clusters continue popping up. This is ABC News.
I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with a quick tip from H2O Wireless on stretching your budget and saving money every month.
$6605.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network. This is the first week that Ohio no longer offers the extra $300 per week in federal unemployment benefits. More than 20 states have opted out, claiming the extra money is discouraging people from returning to work, a claim that others reject. The new police chief in Columbus, Elaine Bryant, begins her first full week on the job today. Clay Gordon with ONN affiliate WBNS TV in Columbus says it comes after a weekend in which 2 more murders pushed the city to 98 for the year.
Friday, she talked about the shooting death of a 17-year-old girl, Mackenzie Ridley. In her first official news conference as chief of police, Bryant said the day was a grim reminder of what her job really means and what her badge means.
We cannot continue
to allow our young people, our community members, to be affected by this gun violence.
I'm Clay Gordon.
A man from southwest Ohio died when he fell off the peak of a mountain in a national park in Alaska. Here's ONN's Eric Brown.
52-year-old David Schreider fell 150 feet Friday down the slope of Donahoe Peak and Wrangell St. Elias National Park and Preserve in southeast Alaska. Just before the fall, a family member in the hiking group reported that he had asked for help and then rolled down the slope. When a member of the group found him, he was dead. Schreider was a professor at Miami University of Ohio in Oxford and the school's director of the Global Business Program. Eric Brown, ONN News.
And I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly, here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it. Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
The great and caring members of Roofers Union Local 188 in Wheeling salute our military veterans. Their sacrifices have helped to make America the greatest country to live in. We salute you and honor you, America's real heroes, our veterans. This message is from all the great and caring folks, the members of Roofers Union Local 188 out of Wheeling, representing licensed, bonded, and insured roofers for all residential and commercial projects. That's Roofers Union Local 188, wishing you a safe and healthy summer.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I'm Darnell Foster. Here's a look at your local weather forecast for your Monday. Look for mostly sunny skies as a hazy and hot one. Daytime high near 92. Overnight low of 73 under partly cloudy skies. Clouds and sunshine mixing for your Tuesday with highs in the lower 90s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
I'm not a Monday guy.
I'm not crazy about it either. I also don't like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays.
Are you ready to go?
I'm warning you, I'm seriously stressed out here.
You always drink like this so early in the morning?
Isn't it a bit early in the day for the bottle? Even for you?
Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
Make the radio call.
It's time to get up.
It's time to hear that pop.
It's taking self-destruct in 5 seconds.
We are go for launch.
News, information, conversation, controversy, and fun. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
How are you? Oh, welcome to Monday. Gonna be a hot one today. Hot and muggy, a daytime high. We're close to 90 for the high today. We're moving up already. 72 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. Clear skies, 70 degrees, clear skies here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. It is 7:11 in the morning on a Monday. Let's see, before I go any further, Brother Biff, how are you this morning?
Doing good this morning.
And did you have a good birthday yesterday?
Yes, it was.
All right, a little belated happy birthday wish to you. This is really true for you. You know, the song says, another day older and deeper in debt. And this year, that's that's really true for you becoming a homeowner.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting.
It will be a whole new year. Is anything special for the birthday?
I went to dinner at TJ's last night.
Always good to go to TJ's like that. What you have?
The Big T platter.
What is the Big T platter? I'm not sure what that is.
Coleslaw and fries with the sandwich.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds good. And sandwich was one of the old big boy type sandwiches or something different?
No, it's the they've got the old big boy sandwiches on the menu. So yeah, it's really the only time you can, or at least I can, I can get it because I loved Big Boy or LB's or whatever you want to call it, and their sandwiches that they had. So yeah, it was kind of like old times last night.
So what sandwich did you have? What's your favorite of the old Big Boy sandwiches? I'll tell you, mine is the, what do they call it now? It used to be the Swiss Miss, the Mountaineer Miss, I guess that's what they call it now at TJ's.
Yeah, that's.
But what's your favorite?
That's probably it, and then the Big T a close second.
Yeah. Yep, and I got to tell you, of course, it's all in the same family, but they do a great job at TJ's of replicating the old LB's food, or Big Boy, or whatever, whatever you want to call it from the heyday. But I mean, it really does taste like the old days.
Yeah, it was good. It was kind of gives you that old time feeling again.
Somebody posted a picture on Facebook over the weekend of TJ's, and it was the old LB's hot fudge ice cream cake. Oh man, I haven't had one of those for a long time. Almost made me get out of my chair and go to LB's or go to TJ's, I guess I should say, because it looked really good. That old hot fudge ice. There was just something special about LB's, I don't know. I do know, actually. I know a lot of the things that made it special. Very big attention to detail. They had special recipes. They were very consistent all across their restaurant. But boy, food was good. Maybe I look at it from the nostalgia of, that's where I grew up and went on a lot of dates and all that kind of stuff. But love it.
It was always too on the Super 6 weekend before the noon game, which most of the time is the AAA game on Saturday and single A in the evening. But it was always a good place to go over there at about 9 or 10 and get a little breakfast in you, and then walk back over walk across the bridge and go to the stadium and get ready for the AAA game, and then go back over to Dad's and get dinner. And most of the time it was going over to watch Wheeling Central play for a Class A state championship. So yeah, it was just memories of LB's and Big Boy, and going there on Sundays too after church to I guess that would be the one that was in Bridgeport. So yeah, a lot of good memories there.
Yeah, I mean, it was such an integral part of the Ohio Valley for all those many years. So that's good. I'm really glad you had a chance to spend a little bit of your birthday with a great place like that. Last time we went to order out from TJ's, I don't think I've eaten in at TJ's since the pandemic. We ordered out. I think the last time, though, we had to wait a long time. And they told us up front, so it wasn't a problem, because they were suffering the same thing everybody else was, just not enough people to work. Did they have a lot of, were they relatively efficient enough employees down there and so on yesterday?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got in and we had, I think there was 11 of us total. So, they had to get a couple tables ready, but I mean, we got in and it was maybe a couple minutes and we were good. I mean, we were good to go.
This whole issue of not having enough people to work is one that's still sitting out there simmering a lot. A lot of people are saying it's because people are living off their unemployment benefits, the extended benefits. They were ended a couple of weeks ago in West Virginia. The extended benefits were ended this weekend in Ohio. The idea that people are lazy and sitting around, they won't go to work because they can get money from the government. I don't know. I don't think that's true, but maybe it is. But everybody's trying to figure out because I think work is getting rethought. I think people are rethinking the position of work in their lives. And so you see a lot of businesses talking about raising their minimum wage. Many of the big chains, McDonald's, Chipotle, and several others have raised their minimum wage to $15 or are raising it to $15. Walmart raising their minimum wage. If you believe that the issue is, if you believe in letting capitalism work here, we have a need for labor and we have labor that is unemployed. How do we match the two of them up? Capitalism would, to me, suggest that you raise the salaries or the hourly rates. But the CEO of a hotel chain, HEI hotel chain, the CEO of this chain, they have restaurants and hotels. He says it's not that we, the businesses, should raise the rates. You should pay bigger tips. And I read this whole piece and I started getting angry about this. This whole idea that we, the public, are supposed to subsidize employees' wages in the restaurant industry, just in general, has always bothered me. Well, we're not going to pay them very much, but you'll give them tips, and so they'll be all right. Well, listen, I don't mind tipping. I love tipping. It makes me feel good to give a tip. I give big tips when I can, and I give as big as a tip as I can, even when I can't give a big one. But the idea that it's our responsibility to pay the employees I don't know, Biffy, that bugs me.
And one of the things about tipping that causes a problem is, from the CEO, that what he said, not everybody tips the same.
Right.
Some people may give bigger tips than, like a 20%. Some may give more than that. And unfortunately, you have ones that they may, for whatever reason, now granted, if you have, you get bad service or something, I could see it, but some people, just for whatever reason, stiff the waiter or the waitress, so that you might not get a bigger tip, say, than someone else. So, you really can't say, okay, well, everybody's going to tip, because not everybody tips the same, and two, you don't know how many of those people that do tip either tip low and unfortunately you have these as well, some that just may not even leave a tip at all, and that's it.
I leave. I think you probably do too. I think we've talked this before, but my general tip is around 20%. What I normally do, unless there's been wildly great service or exceedingly bad service, I generally take the ticket, calculate 20%, maybe round it up to the next dollar. If it comes out that it's $5.42, I'll round it up to $6. But I generally work around the 20% range. That's what I do. But I know people, and I know some older folk. There I go again. Talk about older folks. I am an older folk. I always forget that. I am an older folk now. But I see older folks who still pull out their tip calculator, Biff. I have $12.22 bill. And they're like, and I put an 8% tip on there. There are people who just haven't come to comprehend that 20% is a good number.
And depending on where you eat now, most places will put a 20% tip would be this. I don't know, like a 15, or I think I've even seen some that, for whatever reason, a 22 or something. Yep. It's a weird number. But depending on where you go, most places now will give you 3 or 4, maybe not 4, but at least 3 percentages that say, okay, a such and such percent tip would be this, and they go down and list them. So they're taking out the work for you, which I love. I still see it, but I'm kind of like, okay. I kind of laugh because I'm like you. I'm 20%, so it's round it up, make it easy, figure it out and there you go. But it's nice for people like that now, they put it on there for you.
Yeah, I really will. And most of the places anymore will give, well, I shouldn't say most, but many places will show you 15%, 18%, 20%, and 22%. So you kind of have your range there, and that's a fairly respectable range. Again, I very seldom will go under 20% unless someone's been really bad service. So I like to tip. I tip well. I often tip more than people think I should. Sometimes my wife says, "How much did you leave in a tip?" Help the server out. But having said all of that, I like it to be my choice. I don't like this idea from this executive. What's his name? Darnell. No, not Darnell Foster. Ted Darnell from HEI Hotels and Restaurants. He says, you give the tip, and that way the employees get paid better, but we won't raise the wages. It's not really the way it should work. They're working for you. They're your employees.
And it doesn't work out because, again, you're relying on everybody, to either tip well or in some cases maybe even give a little bit more. And again, that's not always the case.
And it depends on what kind of a restaurant you go to. I mentioned went to the Char House recently. The Char House is a little pricey, and the bill was pretty high. 20% of that bill is a lot different than 20% of what, McDonald's? I don't know that I tip at McDonald's, but you get my point. 20% of going to a smaller restaurant with cheaper prices,
like a casual place.
Yeah, a casual place, exactly. So that means that the employee is dependent not even on their own ability to serve and to do well and to treat their customers good, but it's also dependent on how the boss chooses to price the food, right? Expensive restaurants are going to get bigger tips. So, hey, I'm all for tips. Everybody should tip. Every single person should tip, and tip well unless there's a reason not to. But we should not be the ones that have to take care of your employee. I keep getting those mixed up. Your employee. Your employee, you pay him.
Or
if you can't hire an employee right now because you're not paying enough, the answer is not to ask Old Monroe to raise his tip. It's to raise your rates.
Or what you'll find too, and I'm sure you don't find it here as much as, say you go on vacation either down south or say like to an Ocean City or someplace like that, and you go out to eat, what they do, they'll already have the tip with the bill. Like they won't give you a choice. It's automatically, okay, it's this percentage already on your bill. So you don't even, in cases like that, in places like that, you don't get a chance to say, hey, this is how much I want to tip depending on the service. It's already in there.
And this story that I have is from a hotel/restaurant company. On the hotel side, this CEO says, what we like to do is we like to ask our guests when they check in to agree to have automatic tips taken out. Well, no. No. It'd be like going into a restaurant and having them say, your meal is such and such, and we're going to automatically take out X dollars. I don't know. Anyway, I came across this story over the weekend, and I thought it was just, look, there is a problem out there with people, with the companies not being able to get enough employees. But I don't think the answer is to not raise the wages, but rather to tell you and me, we are the ones that have to pay a better tip. All right, Biffy, I have it here in my hot little hands. It's right here. I got it. I've got the details. It's the Pentagon UFO report. It was released on Friday. And I've read it, and I've read all the reports about it. And what it says is, as expected, we don't know. We have no idea. Strange things are up there, and we don't know what they are. We'll talk about that for a minute or two in a minute. Later on this morning, University of Virginia physicist Dr. Jack Singal will come in to talk about the report and about how likely is it that something is out there. He studies that kind of stuff. New members of the West Virginia Educational Broadcasting Authority were confirmed by the state Senate last week, but at least one highly charged political nominee left some Democrats concerned with the way he answered a lot of questions. We will talk today to Senate Minority Leader Stephen Baldwin, who has his own concerns. He'll join us to talk about that. Florida's governor has signed a bill, and the legislature has, of course, approved a bill to begin asking college students and professors about their personal political points of view, which I think is a gigantic invasion of privacy. But the governor says, Ron DeSantis says, he wants to encourage a diversity of viewpoints on campus. Now, what is fascinating is this man who wants to encourage a diversity of viewpoints on campus, only 2 weeks ago, his legislature passed a bill saying you cannot teach what they call critical race theory. That's a manufactured issue by the conservative right, but so they don't want you to teach conservative race theory. They don't want you to teach certain things they don't like, but they want to make sure there's a diversity of viewpoints. But of course, only their viewpoints. We will talk about that. Nationwide, state of New York could file criminal charges against the Trump organization very soon. Biden orders airstrikes against facilities used by Iran-backed militia groups. The death toll rises, the searches continue, and more questions are being asked about that Florida condo collapse. All of this is coming up today here on the Watchdog Morning Show. If you have something on your mind, text me 304-214-1600, or if you choose, use the CityNet hotline at 304-232-8255. Always happy to hear from you. 726, it's the Watchdog Morning Show for a Monday.
Hi, this is Hoppy Kercheval. Join me weekdays at 10:06, right after the...
Sound okay, Biff? Okay, just want to make sure.
Strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Island Pawnbrokers is now your local firearm dealer. In a pinch? Need cash quick? See us before going to the big box stores. Paying top dollar for firearms, gold, silver, tools, coins, and electronics. Don't lose your good credit. Let us give you instant cash. Stop by 2 North Broadway Street on Wheeling Island, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Island Pawnbrokers. Stop in for instant cash.
It's the summer's hottest party, the Circus Saints and Sinners Party on the Plaza. Enjoy all-day live music, food trucks, and ice-cold beverages at the Plaza on Market in downtown Wheeling. Get tickets now at partyontheplaza.org.
Oh, there's something so real about living local, and I know without a doubt I'm not alone. And I love living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Said I love living local. WTRF is working for me. The Ohio Valley is where I love to be.
Mingo Junction. The Watchdog is protecting your yard. Join Howard Monroe, Hoppy Kercheval, Bill DeFabio, and Big Rick for the best live and local talk in the Upper Ohio Valley and beyond. Mingo Junction trusts the Watchdog.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Hot and muggy today, daytime high up to around 90, 72 at the airport, 70 here at the home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. Just a quick follow-up to the little conversation Biff and I had a minute or two ago about businesses saying they're having a hard time filling the jobs right now, and the argument that the extended unemployment benefits across the country from the federal government are keeping people home because people are lazy and they won't go to work because they're getting their money paid anyway. And so the unemployment benefits were cut off a couple weeks ago in West Virginia, this weekend in Ohio. Is it working? That cutting off the benefits, sending more people back to work? It's fascinating. Just this weekend, 2 stories, 2 of the most respected and major newspapers in the country, each taking a different tact on this. The New York Times has a long piece out, and its headline is, "Where jobless benefits were cut, the jobs are still hard to fill." New York Times argument is that people still aren't coming back to work just because the unemployment benefits were cut, implication being they weren't just lazy and sitting around waiting to get their government goal. New York Times, "Where jobless benefits were cut, jobs are still hard to fill," okay? Wall Street Journal, headline, "Americans are leaving unemployment rolls more quickly as states cut off benefits." The Wall Street Journal says as they've looked around the country at various states, more people are going back to work once the unemployment is cut off. So, as it seems like I'm so often saying, Biff, I don't know. These are 2 well-respected major newspapers, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, same day, same issue, same subject, totally different conclusions. Americans are leaving unemployment rolls more quickly. Jobs are still harder to fill. Just depends, I guess, on... maybe we need more time to figure it out, but I want to make sure I shared that with you. We've got the UFO story coming up in a minute or two. Also going to be talking about the Trump organization could be facing, now I'm not saying Donald Trump himself, although he's part of the Trump organization. The Trump organization could be facing criminal charges soon. The organization has been given until today to explain why it should not be criminally charged with financial crimes. We will talk about that in just a bit as well. But before we do that, we'll talk to Zach and we'll get the hot and muggy forecast. Before we do that, we'll have some Ohio Valley headlines right now from our friends at the Big 7, and we'll see what Mr. DeFabio's got on his mind in the morning sports update. It's all right here, right now, on the Watchdog Morning Show on WKKX and WVLY.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's
5 starting this morning. However, officials say they do plan to have the road open to traffic between noon and 12:30 daily. That was a look at your headlines. Have a great day, everyone.
Sunday afternoon in St. Louis, the visiting Pirates down the Cardinals 7-2. How about Pirate starter Max Krennic? He pitched 5 perfect innings in his major league debut before a 64-minute rain delay forced him from the game. Leading the way on offense, one of the best hitters in baseball, Adam Frazier, 3 hits, and Frazier reached base a total of 4 times. And the Bucks take 3 out of 4 from the struggling St. Louis Cardinals. By the way, the Cardinals have lost 6 of their last 7 games. Pirates back in action tonight when they visit Colorado. Are you ready for the Stanley Cup Finals? Finals are finally here. Tonight it's Game 1 of a 7-game series. The Tampa Bay Lightning will host the surprising Montreal Canadiens. And in case you missed it, NBA playoffs last night. It was the Eastern Conference Finals. Milwaukee on the road beat Atlanta 113-102. The Bucks lead that best of 7, 2-1. Special guest in the 12 o'clock hour in the variety show, former Pittsburgh Pirate utility player. He has a World Series ring. He's currently a member of the broadcast team. John Wayner would join us on the airwaves. Hey, be safe. Be considerate of others. Don't forget to check on the elderly. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
In a hurry and need to see a doctor? The Woodsdale Health Center and Walk-In Clinic is located across from Little Caesars on National Road. Open 7 to 7 Monday through Friday. Patients can receive primary care, treatment of minor illnesses and injuries, wellness visits and physicals. There's also a lab draw station open from 8 to noon weekdays. A division of Wheeling Hospital, the Woodsdale Health Center is led by family physician Dr. Michael Wilson. Call 304-234-1971. They'll take good care of you.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-362-2000, 362-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Give me a call for an all-cash offer at 614-362-2000, 614-362-2000.
Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Now at Menards, save big money in your next project with 11% off everything. Dirt, dust, and grime don't stand a chance against the Generac Speed Wash Pressure Washer. The 3100 PSI gas pressure washer saves you time and effort while delivering maximum cleaning performance. Bring back the shine with Generac. All 11% off now at Menards. Good through July 4th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Catch Biff Leonard on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe. Weekday morning 7 to 10 a.m. Only on the Watchdog. Live and local talk radio. Just the way you like it.
Live and local for the Ohio Valley. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Quick reminder off the community calendar, the bidding is open for the online auction being conducted by our friends Jim Frio and Shane Stack on behalf of my church, Vance Presbyterian Church, benefiting the Woodsdale School Weekend Food Program. All the items have been donated by members of the Vance Church or some of our friends and fellow Presbyterians. The items include a $1,900 gold coin, Fiesta ware, Longaberger baskets, musical instruments, furniture, antiques, a great deal more. A lot of it comes from one of the antique stores closed in the center market with a lot of the material they had still before they closed. So those are going to be on the auction block. It'll be an online only auction. You can find it by going to frioandstack.com, and you can look over the things that are available. If you do want to actually bid in the online auction, you go to auctionzip.com, fill out the information, and so on and so forth. Jim and Shane, as always, are donating their services for a good cause, and all the proceeds of this auction will go to the Woodsdale School Weekend Food Program. So it's online right now. The bidding will end next Monday, so you've got this week to get online and to bid for the auction conducted by Vance Memorial Presbyterian Church on behalf of and benefiting the Woodsdale School Weekend Food Program. Just a little tidbit off the community calendar I thought you might like to know about. Send your community calendar items to me. You can fax it at 304-214-1609. That works. Easiest thing is to email me directly, radiomonroe@aol.com. However you get it to me, just make sure you get it to me so I get it in plenty of time to promote things. We haven't been able to promote things for a long time because nothing was happening during the pandemic. But now we've got things going on again. I love to get them out and to mention them. Well, it's going to be hot and muggy, whoosh, but that's okay. It's better than the option. Zach Petty's here to tell us about where the week is going to take us. Good morning, Zach.
Hey, good morning, Howard. How are you today?
I'm hot and muggy already.
Oh, yeah, it's just disgusting outside. Hazy outside, and you can literally see the mugginess with it being hazy outside. You know, a lot of water molecules outside, and it really feels it that way when you walk outside the door.
Those two words, I guess, are kind of the hot and muggy. Those are sort of the words of the day, yeah?
Words of the day, words of tomorrow, and words of the future.
Okay.
Getting philosophical on you.
Up to 90 today, getting close to it anyways, right?
Yeah, we'll flirt with 90 yet again today, and then once again tomorrow. It just doesn't look like we'll get out of the grasp of the high heat. And we're not even the worst off. We have over towards the Pacific Northwest, they're dealing with 110 plus degree temperatures, and most of those people out there, they don't even have air conditioning because they're not used to seeing this. This is one of the packages that we ran. They said one in every 1,000 years these sort of events happen, and it happens in June, 26th 26th, 27th, 28th, or 2021. Incredible heat out to the west, but they're definitely a hot one for us in the Ohio Valley. Probably one of the warmest days that we've seen so far this year.
I heard a prediction in Portland. I did not hear what it turned out to be. Prediction of 110 yesterday.
Yep, that's what I can confirm. That I remember reading the National Weather Service out of Portland, or Portland, Oregon's office tweet before I went to bed last night. They were at 110, so they at least were there, if not got warmer. So incredible heat out there.
What's happening? Is this old climate change at work?
It looks like it's just a very impressive upper level ridge is what we call it, but in layman's terms, it's a very impressive upper level warm air pattern coming in from the Bali coast of Mexico, from Bali, Mexico, California area, and just meandering its way all the way up into portions of, I forget what province, British Columbia, because that's where Vancouver's at. British Columbia, extending up into Idaho, Montana, Seattle, Washington. They were reporting near 90-degree temperatures. And again, they're normally only in the upper 50s, if not low 60s, kind of year-round. They'll fluctuate maybe in the 40s, maybe getting up to the 70s, but still, they don't have the air conditioning. So I feel really bad for all those individuals out to our west.
Boy, I do too, because I'm going to tell you, even this weekend, it's been hard to live without air conditioning. I mean, I shouldn't say that. We all can live without air conditioning, but boy, it's nice to come inside and feel it cool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I hear you loud and clear. So it's definitely an air-conditioned day today and tomorrow, if you don't have the opportunity to cool off in a pool.
Now, I was just going to say, what we did over the weekend, my son got his pool finally completed, put up and completed. So we had a great swim on Saturday. Teddy,
you got an invite?
We did get an invite. Yes, we did.
There
had
you
to come
go.
from the child. Had to come from Teddy, who said, "Granddad, you come down." Yesterday, he had his little friends come visit him. And we didn't get an invite at that point. It's like, no, Granddad, Grandma, you're important, but I got friends to play with. You stay home. It was so great just getting into that pool, and it just felt so good. And I'm hoping that today could be another one of those days.
It definitely would be from a weather perspective. Sunshine early, a couple clouds could build in as we head into the afternoon, again, providing a little bit of eye candy for you. But the high heat is on its way, like we said, flirting with 90 today and tomorrow. The mugginess is going to be overly oppressive. So the pitch-ripper weather, Howard, definitely good put to use today.
Now, maybe by late Tuesday or Wednesday, we get some rain to mix in with this. Is that right?
Right. A better shot for widespread rain, Howard. We'll call it on Wednesday, but a pop-up shower thunderstorm could develop in the afternoon, evening hours tomorrow. Not a whole lot of moisture in the upper levels tomorrow or for today. I'm not concerned about any sort of rain today. We're going to stay mainly dry. Maybe areas well north of I-70 could see a stray shower later on this evening. But again, most of us stay dry today. Most of us will stay dry tomorrow. But again, upper level water vapor and moisture will start to move into the area, priming ourselves for more of a soaking rain starting Wednesday, and then finally seeing some relief in both our temperatures as well as the mugginess, at least by Thursday.
Which, it's hard to believe, is the 1st of July.
You look at it and you're sitting there looking at the 7-8 and you're dragging that July headline over Thursday, and you're just like, where did June go? Literally, where did it go?
It's gone.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
It's behind us.
It's gone. Yeah. And July starts, and this is a 4th of July weekend, holiday weekend. And 4th of July is essentially the halfway point of the 100 days of summer. Which means we're almost halfway done with the summer.
Oh, no.
I feel like I want to cry about that.
Exactly.
Although,
you only had been in the pool once.
I know, I've literally been in the pool one time, so I'm going to have to make up for lost time over the next couple of weeks, that's for sure. Real quick look ahead, and I don't have it in front of me. Sunday is actually the 4th of July, and then Monday, a lot of folks have off, and that may be a holiday for some people. We're going to be able to do picnics and outdoor stuff on the 4th of July and maybe on Monday?
Looking long term, it kind of looks like we're going to see more of an active weather pattern. I expect to see some periods of clouds mixing in with some rain showers, but again, we'll probably have a better shot of that by Friday. But as of now, it doesn't look like the best. But again, Thursday I said it was going to be not the best weekend, and Friday I was able to pull a couple strings and have much better news for our weekend planner. So as of now, we'll call it rainy and dreary, and we'll take it with a grain of salt, however, just because things could always improve as the week develops.
All right, Zach, I appreciate it. By the way, I don't think we've ever called you nerdy here, have we?
No. No, I don't think so.
I'm just checking. I heard you saying that some people call you nerdy, and I didn't think it was us, but I wasn't sure. Because sometimes I say things and don't realize
I take
said
that
them.
role of nerd. I take that role of nerd and run with it. I think it fits me. If you've seen some of the stuff that I do and the stuff that I geek out about, I am definitely 100% a nerd.
All right, so in the event that we slip and call you nerd, that's okay.
Totally acceptable.
All right, very, very good. Biff, what do you think? Is he a nerd, in your opinion?
No.
No, I don't think so. He doesn't come across as a nerd. He comes across as a curious man interested in scientific things.
There we go. That's a polite way of calling me a nerd. I appreciate that.
That's exactly right. All right, Zach. Good talking to you. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right, gentlemen. We'll see you. Have a good rest of your day now.
You too. 7 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Let me just double check the temperature, see if anything has changed. Nope, still 72 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport and 70 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. 7 before the hour on the Watchdog Morning Show. Biffy, break time or no break time?
We got everything in. We're good.
The UFO report came out on Friday. We kind of teased it Friday morning. There had been some news stories that had kind of given us a sense of what this report was going to be. This was to be the first big unclassified report prepared by the Pentagon, the military, and the intelligence communities looking at those mysterious things in the sky. What we used to call UFOs, now for reasons I don't understand, they call them UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon. And the government report was released late Friday afternoon, which is where they often take out the trash. That's a journalism term. That's where they take out the trash. Like, that's why we won't get too much coverage on it. And basically the report said, we don't know. Yep. A lot of people are seeing a lot of stuff. A lot of them are our own military, our own intelligence. A lot of people in the Navy and the Air Force have seen them. A lot of sophisticated technology has caught on to them. It's not just hoopies in the hills anymore. And these things certainly seem to be something we don't fully understand. What are they? Who created them? Where are they from? What is their purpose? We don't know. We don't know. The government report says that they could be foreign agencies like China or Russia or even Iran, perhaps testing super secret transportation technology that we are way behind on, that we have absolutely no comprehension of. Could be. One of the, and I forget how many reports they looked at, 144, I don't have that number here in front of me. One of all the reports they looked at was actually a weather anomaly. It was a weather balloon or an atmospheric inversion. So one of them was actually explainable. The report says there is no reason to believe that what is being seen by the Navy and Air Force and caught on screens and cameras and so on, no reason to believe that any of it is our own technology that we, the public, don't know about. No reason to believe that. So it's not our technology. It's not, well, it could be foreign technology. And then, of course, it could be mysterious aliens from above. But the bottom line of the report is, we don't know. They say they will continue to investigate. Continue to investigate. I'm still not 100% sure I trust that this report is actually truthful. Or, no, I'm going to trust that it's truthful. But I'm not going to trust that it is, as you say when you swear in court, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I suspect there's still more information and knowledge that our government has about these things in the sky than what this report says. However, we will talk more about this coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Dr. Jack Singal is a physicist at the University of Richmond. And it's an interesting coincidence. I had him scheduled to come on today to talk about outer space, to talk about how far does outer space go? Does it have an end? Anywhere? We were going to talk about that, and he does some work at the Green Bank Telescope here in West Virginia. So we were going to do some outer space talk anyway, and then this report came out, and he said, I'll be happy to offer some thoughts on that too. So Dr. Singal from the University of Virginia at Richmond will be offering his thoughts on the UFO report. We'll do that in the 9 o'clock hour, so stick around. We'll have plenty of conversation on that. Now, a quick political story I want to make sure that you are aware of, because there could be some movement on it later today. The Trump organization, now again I want to stress, not Donald Trump per se, but his organization has until today to convince prosecutors they should not charge the organization with financial shenanigans, financial crimes. On Thursday, the Trump lawyers met with investigators, and they said criminal charges against Donald Trump's organization, again, not against Trump personally per se, but against his organization, seem to be very likely. They told the lawyers for the organization, give us a good reason by Monday not to bring charges. Well, maybe they will. We'll have to wait and see. But it looks as if the criminal charges against the Trump organization are becoming more and more real. And while I'm very clear and say again, these are not charges against Donald Trump per se, I can't help but think those charges could find their way to Donald Trump at some point. So I thought I would share that with you. Now, coming up next hour, we're going to talk to Stephen Baldwin, the Senate Minority Leader in West Virginia, about the Public Broadcasting Board nominations from Governor Justice, the confirmation hearings for those that were held on Friday, and some of the, I think, tap dancing that occurred by at least one political operative. All of that's coming up after we check in with ABC. They've got the news for us right now, right here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
I'm Sherry.
All right, Biffy, I'm going to ask again, we're sounding okay? Because, yep. Okay, because I'm using a new microphone. Sounds good to me, but I just want to make sure it's working right. All right, Stephen Baldwin should call at 8:10, and I'm going to step away for a few minutes and get some more coffee, and I'll be back. All right.